Namashrestam anamapi sachiputram atra sarupam rupam tasya grajam uripurim maturim gostavatim radakundam girivaraho radhika madhavasham prapto yasa pratita kripaya shri gurum tam natosmi. So we're continuing today on the topics that we were speaking about over the last couple of days. Some devotees here in Radhikunj have been asking questions about this verse, Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalaya Muhu Aho Rasika Abhu Vibhavaka, about the taste and relishment of, this is speaking specifically of Srimad Bhagavatam, but also scriptures, our Goswami Granthas, like Vilapa Kusumanjali. So, previously we were speaking about the process, these couple of classes that we're going to do before I leave, is going to be about the process of inquiry. And specifically inquiry that results from hearing Shastra. So previously we were speaking that as we hear, like Rasik Prabhu has been speaking over the last few months, Vilapa Kusumanjali, that we're taking this katha through the ears, and as the proper process of hearing is that Hari Katha that we hear in the association of sadhus should be taken into the heart. And Madhavendra Puri Prabhu was asking me today about the specific difference between people who appear to be relishing this Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam, appear to be relishing, but it's on the intellectual platform, and it's not done perhaps not under any good guidance. So we can go to Loy Bazaar, we can buy so many scriptures, we can read so many things, we can study, or we can hear from, there's many groups of Vaishnavas where we're hearing from these scriptures. But I'll quote something that I heard directly from Srila Gurudev. Somebody once accused Gurudev that you're speaking too high. So somebody may accuse Rasik Mohan Prabhu saying, why are you in Radhakunj, why are you young brahmacharis speaking Vilapa Kusumanjali? So that's a nice controversial topic to start on.
Yeah.
Good, huh? So one very advanced Vaishnav came to Parikram one year in 98, and they were accusing Gurudev in front of him on the yasan, sitting next to Gurudev. He said, you are speaking too high. And later, that was during Parikram, and Sripad Bhaktivedanta Ashram Maharaj, my dear godbrother, and myself were with Gurudev in Bali. And Sripad Ashram Maharaj said to Gurudev, this sannyasi, he's saying, Gurudev, that you are speaking too high. And Gurudev said, if he is saying this, so it was a very nice qualification. So Gurudev not saying that he was saying it or he was not accusing, but he said, if he is saying this, then he has not read the books of Rupa and Raghunath. And if he has done so, then he has not done so in any good association. So this is the point. What I was trying to say is that we can buy all of these scriptures, but if we have not read, if we read them or if we don't hear them in any good association, we discussed this last class, that you're doing this under the guidance of Prabhuji. So therefore, it's very relishable. I personally find it very relishable. And this is descending process. So I think there's a qualitative difference. Not I think, I know there's a qualitative difference from hearing from somebody who's intellectualizing on these topics as opposed to somebody who is taking this in the descending process, as we were saying before. And it's very important that we don't, in this process of inquiry, in this process of hearing, yes, we do have to use discrimination. Yes, we do have to use vivek. We have to use our discretion. But Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, when we come to the lotus feet of Guru, we lay down the sword of discretion.
Lay down
the sword of discrimination, is the word he uses. So we discriminate, but when we surrender to Guru, we stop discriminating.
There's a nice sloka that kind of refers to this topic. That sloka, Aham Vedmi, Sukha Vedmi, Vyasa Vedina Vedina, Bhakti, Bhagavatam, Rajanacha, Buddhaya, Natikaya. Maybe you could talk about that a bit.
So, Nabudya na chatikaya. Not even by hearing the tikas, the many commentaries on Bhagavatam, not with one's intelligence, not Nabudya na chatikaya, can we understand the Srimad Bhagavatam. What's the next line?
Bhakti Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam can approach from through Bhakti.
Yes.
And what is then Bhakti? What is real Bhakti?
Jao Bhagavata Pada Vaishnavastane Ekanta Astraya Koro Chaitanya Charane. If you're a disciple of Srila Govinda Maharaj, this is one question I always ask. If you're a disciple of Srila Govinda Maharaj, then what Guru Maharaj would quote this verse: Jao Bhagavata Pada Vaishnavastane Ekanta Astraya Koro Chaitanya Charane. What is the necessity of taking shelter of the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu in respect of understanding Srimad Bhagavatam? Why do we have to go to the lotus feet of a Vaishnava to understand Bhagavatam? Prabhu?
And also in Chaitanya's line.
In Mahaprabhu's line. What's the necessity of taking shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in respect of understanding Srimad Bhagavatam? You've been hearing from Guru Maharaj for so many years. It's very, very essential thing. Guru Maharaj says, Namo Mahavadanya Krishna Prema Pradayate. What is Bhagavatam? Krishna Bhakti Rasa Swarup. It's none other than Krishna Bhakti Rasa Swarup. And who is Krishna Bhakti Rasa Swarup? Who's Rasa Swarup of Krishna Bhakti? Srimati Radhika. Right? Gadadhar Pandit is sitting in Total Gopinath explaining Bhagavatam to Mahaprabhu. Why? Because in Srimad Bhagavatam, all the moods of Radhika are there. He's come here to taste that ras. And Gadadhar Pandit is Radhika herself. So Radhika is explaining her moods in Srimad Bhagavatam to Mahaprabhu. And then saying, go there to Gambhir with Lalita and Vishaka, with Roy Ramananda and Swarup Damodar. And then you will practice learning. But Radhika herself could not go there, because then he would think I'm Krishna. So Radhika is sitting there in Total Gopinath, Gadadhar Pandit. So this is how you will understand Srimad Bhagavatam. And what's the necessity of taking shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu what is the necessity of taking shelter of the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu in respect of understanding Srimad Bhagavatam? Because this is Krishna Bhakti Rasa Swarup. This is Radhika's own moods. And if you want to understand the Bhagavatam in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the line of Rupa Manjari, in the line of Rati Manjari, Raghunath Das Goswami and Rupa Goswami, in our Rupa Nuga line, then you will have to take shelter at the lotus. Jao Bhagavata Vaishnavastani. Go to the lotus feet of a Vaishnav, to his place. Radhe Kunj.
So the past tense surrounding that verse is quite interesting also, right?
Yeah. So, speak.
This pastime of this Bhagavatam commentator, right? And he tried to submit it to Sri Damodar and to Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu didn't accept his commentary, right?
And he said
I mentioned this.
he didn't touch the tika of Sridhar Swami.
He criticized. He said, "I've written better commentary."
Yes. And Mahaprabhu said, "You're a prostitute." One who doesn't touch or criticizes the commentary of Sridhar Swami.
Swami, yeah. He mentioned the name Swami, the husband.
Yes, that's right. I'm remembering that now.
If you don't respect the Swami, then you're a prostitute.
Yes. So meaning, double meaning, like meaning is there that one who doesn't take the respect. So one who, and I always hear it through what I heard from my Guru Maharaj, who said one who does not respect the tika of Sridhar Swami cannot comment on Bhagavatam. All commentaries in our line show deference and are connected to that tika, to that commentary. So this again goes back to your question, Madhavendra Prabhu, that clearly Mahaprabhu has said that there is a necessity of understanding these scriptures. We can't hear from people who have not surrendered to one Mahaprabhu. But then some people are saying, only we know Mahaprabhu. They will give some idea like that. But I think it comes back to that Mahoaho Rasikabu Vibhavaka. If we've heard again and again from pure Vaishnavas, then we should be able to there's a qualitative difference in the taste. If somebody's speaking intellectually or speaking from realization, then this is the way that we discriminate.
How can
That
you
means,
judge that, though?
well, I think ultimately there's one thing in our spiritual life is that we have to take personal responsibility. We make choices. We're always making choices. And we have to, not in a sentimental way, but we have to follow our heart. If you're in the head, then you'll think, I'm mental. If I'm on the mental plane, I'm not chanting nicely. I'll think, I should go here, I should go do this Babaji, I should go here. If we're not in the surrendered mood, if we're not doing service, if we're not chanting nicely, then we'll remain on this mental platform. And then we may go here and there, thinking I want to become... it's also our own desires. We have desires that I want to become a big pundit. I was reflecting the other day, even in spiritual life, we all have our own little way we dress, right? We all have our own little ego. Some people wearing like a Babaji vesh kind of thing, and this and that, different, big seeker, small seeker, something. So we all have our own conception of what we want to be, right? In our spiritual life. So that is our choice.
Is that spiritual life means eliminates all your talents, all your tendency, your svabhav of this life? Or you just make use of that? You make use of that and then you serve. Because sometimes we have this misunderstanding, like you just renounce everything, your education before everything. Then what's the left,
Yeah. Everybody, this is the amazing thing about Krishna consciousness, is that everybody has their own individual path. Every living entity has its eternal, perfect, loving relationship with Krishna. And you see symptoms of that we are on the path of self-realization. Madhavendra Prabhu and I were talking about this before, that the false ego, what we were discussing was Cheto Darpana Marjana, was a question that Gurudev was asking about the chitta, the interface between the soul and the body, the false ego, the intelligence and the mind. And I was saying this in respect of once you understand, or not understand, it's kind of funny because we're talking about jnana and realization. So we intellectually understand that we have a mind, an intelligence, and a false ego. Actually, the intelligence cannot understand the false ego, because something that's more gross cannot understand something more subtle. Gurudev was explaining this in Malaysia. Yeah. So we can't understand our own false ego. That's why we can't get liberated. We can't unbind ourselves. The intelligence can't get rid of our false ego because we can't understand it. We don't know what it is. We identify with so many things, and that's the necessity of Guru, because Guru helps us to, and if we gain awareness of this and realization, meditating on our, this is my ego, this is my, how are these things happening, praying to Gurudev, because Gurudev can let you see these things. The way I was explaining it to Madhavendra Puri is that Gurudev asked a question in Malaysia in 2003. He asked all the sannyasis, when the body suffers, when we suffer in the body, does the soul suffer? So quick question, what do you say, yes or no?
Radharani, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our channel down there, share with your friends, ask a question in the comments, and check out our website, kripa.tv, for courses, to support us, and for our articles and more. Haribol.